Hey everybody, this is Joe. Thank you for watching my Giga Texas construction update video. For today's video, I'd like to go over some of the outcomes and information that came out of the 2021 third quarter earnings call that was held on the 20th here at Giga Texas. There's a lot of information, but I want to focus on what affects Giga Texas, both in the short term as we see construction continuing and production starting, and also a little bit longer term. I also want to show you where some of the images that Tesla released of the inside of Giga Texas and show you where they are so you can orient yourself. As you may know by now, it was another record-breaking quarter for Tesla. $2 billion in operating income, 14.6% operating margin, 30.5% automotive gross margin, which is industry-leading, and record vehicle deliveries. All of this was done without Giga Berlin or Giga Texas operational. And as for Giga Texas, as you can see from the highlights here, they're talking about continuing to build that capacity out. And in the discussion, they reiterated that they intend to have initial small-scale production by the end of this year. And to that end, as you can see in the vehicle capacity illustration here, Giga Texas is progressing as Tesla plans. They are in the process of commissioning equipment and fabrication of their first pre-production vehicles. And as we discussed that in August and going into September, many of my videos kind of showed that. And as you can see by the images on the right, we can see some of those initial parts of doing that commissioning of the equipment and the pre-production vehicles. So this just confirms what I was showing earlier on. And as you see on the right-hand side of the screen, Model Y installed capacity is in construction and Cybertruck is in development. And we know from previous reports from Tesla that Cybertruck will follow Model Y ramping. And in their discussion of core technologies, they show that front and rear body casting, which are both needed for the structural battery pack architecture, are being produced in Gigafactory Texas. And as you can see on the images off to the right, for the last few months, we've been seeing literally thousands of these castings being made. And in the bottom right-hand corner photo, we've seen where they're being transported. They're in the southwest corner of the body in white structure, and that's where they're being used for pre-production and also for staging. In the outlook discussion that Tesla had, they reiterated their intent to achieve 50% annual growth in vehicle deliveries. To do that for next year, they need both Giga Texas and Giga Berlin to start production quickly, and they intended to do this by the end of the year. However, with the caveat that no customer deliveries will happen from Giga Texas this year. It'll be into 2022 before that happens. Some news came out on the 21st of October, as you can see here by Teslarati. The link is here. It's also in the video description if you want to get more information. But it looks like Giga Berlin is going to be delayed at least another month, possibly two. It looks like their production may not be until December or into January 2022. What that means for Giga Texas most likely is going to start both production and customer deliveries now before Giga Berlin. As for the Cybertruck, we learned some interesting information during the call. As you can see here, they're saying they're making progress in the industrialization of the Cybertruck, but they're planning on introducing the production at Giga Texas subsequent to the Model Y ramp. We also learned that they are well into the beta pre-production builds right now. They did confirm four-wheel steering among a few other details, but they pretty much reiterated don't expect the Cybertruck until the Model Y ramps, at least for a while at Giga Texas. So second half of 2022 at the no earlier than date. And finally, they released some new interior shots of Giga Texas. As you can see in the upper right-hand corner, this looks like an office space overlooking some of the General Assembly. As you can see in the bottom left-hand corner photo, this is looking in through the windows. You can see where this area is. It's in the General Assembly west side, and the right-hand corner photo with the arrow shows you approximately where this is located. They also released this image of the two Model Y bodies in for quality control. This is also in the General Assembly building. If you look at the left-hand bottom picture, you can see looking through the loading dock area, you can see that frame where the Model Ys are located. And then the right-hand corner bottom photo shows you along that west side of the General Assembly building where this area is. So that's a quick recap of what came out of the third quarter earnings call, looking at specific Giga Texas related information and illustrations. I hope that this discussion and review was helpful, helps put into context a little bit more about what you see around the site, and also gives us an idea of what we will be seeing over the next couple of months as construction continues and production starts. Before we begin, I would like to say thank you to my patrons for your generous support. Patreon members get access to high-resolution photos, previews, and direct dialogue with me. If you would like to support my channel, please consider becoming a patron using this link, which is also in the video description. Please also consider subscribing and hitting the like button. Thanks. My drones are ready and raring to go. Let's go flying over Giga Texas.